Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a specific and sometimes tricky trouble code, P001C. If you've plugged in your scanner and this code popped up, you're in the right place. P001C stands for Camshaft Profile Control Circuit Bank 2. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it essentially means there is an issue with a variable valve lift system on the second bank of your engine. So, what exactly is this system and why is it so important? Many modern engines use variable valve lift, or VVL, to change how much the intake or exhaust valves open. Think of it like this: at low speeds, the engine doesn't need as much air, so the valves open just a little. This improves fuel economy and makes the engine run smoothly. But when you hit the gas pedal, the system switches to a high lift profile, opening the valves wider to let more air in, giving you that power boost you need. The P001C code specifically points to a problem within the electrical circuit that controls this switching mechanism on Bank 2. Bank 2 is typically the side of the engine that does not contain cylinder number 1. Now, what symptoms might you notice when this code is active? The most common one is a noticeable drop in engine performance. Your car might feel sluggish, especially when you try to accelerate. You could also experience a rough idle, poor fuel economy, and of course, the check engine light will be shining brightly on your dashboard. In some cases, you might even hear a slight ticking or clicking noise from the top of the engine as the system tries, and fails, to switch between lift profiles. Let's get into the common causes. Since P001C is a circuit code, the problem often lies within the electrical components. The number one culprit is usually the VVL solenoid, also known as the camshaft profile control solenoid. This little guy is responsible for directing oil pressure to activate the mechanism. If it fails internally or gets clogged with dirty oil, it can't do its job. Another major cause is low or dirty engine oil. The entire VVL system is heavily dependent on clean oil at the correct pressure. If your oil level is low or the oil is old and full of sludge, it can starve the system and trigger the code. Wiring issues are also a strong possibility. A damaged, corroded, or shorted wire between the engine control module, or ECM, and the VVL solenoid can interrupt the signal. The electrical connector itself might be loose or have contaminated pins. Less commonly, the problem could be with the ECM itself, but it's always best to rule out everything else before suspecting the engine's brain. In very rare cases, a mechanical issue within the camshaft or the VVL assembly itself could be the cause, but electrical faults are far more frequent for this specific code. So, how do we diagnose it? Start with the basics. First, check your engine oil. Is the level correct? Is the oil clean? If it's low, top it up. If it's old and dark, an oil and filter change is your best first step. Sometimes, this simple maintenance is all it takes to fix the problem. If the oil is fine, it's time to inspect the wiring and connector for the bank to VV. Look for any obvious signs of damage, like frayed wires or corrosion. Unplug the connector and check for clean, tight-fitting pins. If everything looks good visually, you'll need a multimeter to do some electrical testing. You can check for voltage and ground at the solenoid connector with the key on. You should also test the resistance of the solenoid itself to see if it is within the manufacturer's specifications. If the resistance is out of range, the solenoid is bad and needs to be replaced. A more advanced scan tool can also be used to command the solenoid on and off, allowing you to listen for a click or monitor system data to see if it's responding. If you've confirmed the wiring is good and the solenoid is getting the correct signals, but still isn't working, then replacing the solenoid is your next move. Remember to always use a quality part. After replacing it, clear the codes and take the car for a drive to see if the P001C code returns. If it does, you might be looking at a more complex mechanical issue or a problem with the ECM, and at that point, it might be best to consult a professional mechanic. Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope this guide helps you tackle the P001C code with confidence. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more DIY auto repair guides. Drop a comment below if you've dealt with this code before. See you next time.